Hello, hi, I'm Paul Da-Costa-Greaves. I'm going to do a seafood chowder, which is a flexible soup. One, if you've made too much, you can put it in the freezer. And secondly, if you've got any vegetarians that pounce on you, you can keep it a vegetarian as well, which is a great all-rounder. Okay, what we're going to be looking at, the finishing product, is this, okay? Firstly, what we're going to do is, if I just go through here, I've got some slightly salted butter. I've got some chopped Spanish onions, probably about half an onion, but I'm going to probably be making around 3 pints, okay, because the more you make, obviously, you can put away and save for yourself. Some garlic and ginger, and what I've taken here, I've taken garlic clove to some skinned ginger, which I've peeled myself, okay, and you're probably looking at a ratio of 2 parts garlic to 1 part ginger. I just peel it, put it in a liquidizer, and this is what I end up with. Some leeks, some diced carrot, I've got some potatoes in here, and some veg stock. Okay, on this tray here, I've got some Cornish sea salt, some cracked black pepper, some spices here. Now, I get from the health shop some ginseng in a pan, nice solid pan. We're going to add in some butter, obviously have the flame on. Okay, just going to pop this in there, and what I'm going to do is, while this is going, you're going to be hearing the sizzle, and then what we can do there is I can show you through stages how that is. So basically all I'm doing is popping all these ingredients. The butter goes in, the garlic and ginger, and there's probably a good tablespoon there. The onions, fantastic. Okay, the leeks, you can hear that sizzling away beautifully. Just going to turn that down to medium heat. Okay, as that softens up, I've got the diced carrot, which I'm just going to scrape into there. I've also got some sweet chilli sauce. Now, this is optional, but I like that little bit of kick, you know, at the back of the gob, where it just finishes that off really beautifully, for me anyway. The chilli, that's going to go in now. And then what I've got here, I've got some of the diced potatoes, and I'm just going to drain them off. Okay. This is what I've got. I've got all those ingredients, so it comes together beautifully. And I haven't really done anything, but the smell so far from those simple ingredients is absolutely phenomenal. It smells lovely. You know, it smells that good, you could probably use a little bit, you know, as a dab. But it's, I'm going to put that back on there to soften, okay? Right. And then I'm going to take these spices. Now, as I say, I'm going to get it to a stage that can be a vegetarian, which is basically all these ingredients I'm using. I'm going to bring it up with a veg stock. And then, as I say, once you get it to that stage, all I'm going to do is to turn it into the seafood, is add the combination of the seafood in there. So you've got that option. You can either have it with or without. Okay. Now I'm going to add in the ginseng. Ginseng gives it a very earthy smell, earthy taste. The nasi goreng, again, I'm going to put about 2 pinches, which is about 2 tablespoonfuls. The turmeric, I'm only going to put a little bit of turmeric in there, just a pinch of the turmeric. Okay. The seeds, now I've just pounded these in a pestle and mortar. Now if you can't afford a pestle and mortar, just get a pan and a rolling pin and bash it off. Just get rid of some of the aggression, and just 2 or 3 pinches of the seeds. See how that's come together beautifully? Okay, all these vegetables are softened. And then, now what I'm going to do with there, I'm just going to turn that down to a very low heat, and I'm going to pop in, I've got some white wine, okay, just half a cupful, okay, sizzle, and I'm going to roughly put in about 3 pints of water. Okay, so I've got about 3 pints of water in there, and I'm just going to bring this up and start bringing this up to the boil. Okay, what I've got here, I've got obviously some defrosted large prawns. Very nice, may I say. I've got some, again, this is kiln roasted smoked salmon from the Dartmouth Smokehouse. Fantastic. And again, just puts that very light smokiness into the soup. Beautiful. I've also got in there some chopped local fish. Okay, I've got some mussels, ex-mussels, some Exmouth white crab meat, and again some diver scallops from Lime Bay. Now what I'm going to be doing with the scallops is, these are all chopped up, and I tend to just peel off the coral, get rid of the sack end, and get rid of the mussel, and just chop them up. So they're still quite large and quite, you know, meaty within texture. So when you actually incorporate them into the soup, they're so delicate, they're just going to come together wonderfully. So each mouthful is certainly a pleasure. I've probably got here a good teaspoon, which I'm probably going to be using, okay, which is vegetable paste. I'm just going to pop that in there. And I do it the other way around, you see, because I take the veg paste or a veg stock cube, pop it in, rather than mix it into the water that way, because I don't know, it's all the way I do it that way, it just gives me that bit more flavour. Okay, so this is simmering beautifully. Okay, I'm just going to turn that down to a very low heat, okay, as that's coming together. Leave that for a minute or two, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add in obviously some double cream, but also I'm going to thicken it with a little bit of corn flour, okay, which is, again, just keeps it very light. Not too much, just bring it together. But again, once you've got some West Country double cream, I mean, that's going to be thick enough. Okay, right, let's just start adding the double cream. And I've probably got in there a good 3/4 of a pint. Okay, now the colour on that looks gorgeous, as you can see. There we go. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, oh, that's all greasy. But don't worry about that, because we're going to scum it later. Okay. I'm going to bring that back up to the boil. And while that's coming up to the boil, I'm just going to make up some corn flour. Okay. And what I've got here, just got a cup. Just take a little bit of the corn flour. I mean, if you haven't got any corn flour and you've got arrowroot, works just as well. Okay. And then just add a little bit of water just to make it up to a paste. Okay. Okay, right, that's brilliant. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here, turn this back up. This is still on a good simmer. I'm just going to pop in the corn flour. Okay, and then while that comes together, I'm going to let that cook out. Okay, let the corn flour cook out, and I'm also then, when that's cooking out, I'm going to be skimming it with the ladle just to get rid of any of the fat molecules with on the top. But this is really, really a good little soup to do. And it lasts for ages as well. And good thing about it, you're probably talking in a fridge, this will last you a good 3 to 4 days. So I would keep that on a simmer. And I would probably keep that on there for about 20 minutes as a very low simmer, just cooking out the corn flour. Now what we've done here is, I say, the chowder's been ticking over for about 20 minutes. I've put that to one side to cool down, and this is what I'm left with. Okay, this lovely, lovely soup. I mean, you can have this cold if you want, but this is absolutely lovely. I've taken a couple of ladles. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to compile it together just to make a nice bowl of this seafood chowder. And like I said, if you're talking vegetarian, it's already done here for you. All you would need to do is pop in a couple of pinches of the chopped herbs, okay, and then, because we're going to take it a stage further and we're going to use the seafood, what we're going to do is we're going to pop all these in together. So I'm going to put half the prawns in, I'm going to put in obviously the smoked salmon, the mussels, lovely, the Exmouth crab, fantastic, the Da-Costa-Greaves, don't be shy, and again this chopped white fish, perfect. Okay, this is a meal in itself. Now what we've got here is the garlic bread, which I've done. I'm just going to pop those on a tray. This is, I'll tell you what, this is really, really quickly. Pop that under, okay, and then what we're going to do is just going to pop this back onto the heat, okay, and let this come together. You can add a little bit more water in if you think it's too thick, or you can add a little drop of wine in. I often add a little bit of drop of wine, actually, just to give it a bit more flexibility, because, you know, the wine doesn't actually cook out. It just gives it that little hint as well, which is fantastic. Okay, so while that's coming together, I've got my garlic bread underneath there. Okay, this is the soup. Look at that, absolutely lovely. Okay, just going to pop in a little bit of the garlic bread. Okay, fantastic. Oh, lovely. Well, I'm just going to pop in a little bit more cracked black pepper and some more of the Cornish sea salt. Okay, I've gone for a little bowl. You don't need to be as polite. You can go for the big bowl if you wish. Okay, so let's just have a little go on this.